So lately, there have been some allegations or criticisms or critiques made against me, KAPNOYR, the self-proclaimed Osu Yapper and the community-proclaimed Osu Yapper, and I want to talk about some things in this video and just address those things. But the first thing I want to address is Lemuze's video on the PP work, the video that I made yesterday, where I essentially said, guys, there's a streams nerf PP work coming out, and essentially nerfs a lot of stream maps while also buffing aim maps by a little bit. And he gave his criticisms. It's pretty good, and I want to give the video link in the description below so you guys can check that out if you're curious. But he basically had some criticisms about some parts about my videos where I, in hindsight, yeah, I could have had some better thoughts about it and formulated them a little better and did a little more research. Because, for example, at the end of the video or the end of the description, there was a part where it said, okay, well, we're gonna nerf long maps as well, because when you look at the long maps actually get nerfed a bit in the new PP work. So I didn't read that part, but I kind of realized that now after I watched the music's video. But I'll just read you guys a comment that I left him. So I said, thanks for the criticisms. On hindsight, I should have formulated my thoughts better and researched some more. Like, I didn't read the last part where longer maps would get nerfed because less length bonus, so naturally Hikari would get nerfed. But I'm just biased and think AR8 hidden DT should get buffed because it's my skill set, and I think it's hard. So I thought Hikari Made of Fire should both get buffed based off my own bias. But yeah, I'm just stating my opinions because I'm super biased in this topic, of course. I think the rework is definitely in the right direction, but I don't think my heart was ready to accept such drastic nerfs since we've had a speed meta for so long. So that's my fault for not being able to control my emotions. Good criticism regardless though. So I've mainly said in the rework video that the stream maps, for example, they get nerfed a lot, but it is a step in the right direction since we've had such an overweighted speed meta for the longest time. Like Sidetrack Day, for example, that map is crazy, 1700 PP, and I've said, okay, maybe it's not overweighted, but most of the community agrees it's overweighted even though it's with DT. But my main point there was that there's not a lot of people that have FC'd it. Only Akali Bet has FC'd the whole map, so we can't really say it's overweighted because only one person has done it. But for its PP value that it gives and for the map difficulty, yeah, it is probably overweighted, but only one person has done it, so I don't really know. And it is also pretty biased on my own part because I do get nerfed a lot, but of course I'm just going to be biased about this since it's a skill set that's directed towards me. I'm not really much of an aim player, and my rare aim play got buffed while my other maps and other plays got freaking nerfed to hell because of this rework. And a lot of people in the comments for that video also agree with my take where they don't really like the rework, because I guess a lot of people are also flame players or stream players and they don't like themselves being nerfed a lot, but perhaps the rare aim player is going to like it as well. I think the general community consensus to this rework is that it's pretty bad and there could be some better things. Like, for example, I made a point where the rework seemed a bit inconsistent, had a bit of no logic, and on hindsight I think that point of mine was pretty bad. Like, I was like, okay, well, I was watching the video again, like the Lemuze's video, I was like, damn, well, I don't know why the frick I said that. Obviously there is some logic, like stream maps have a common pattern of being red, while aim maps had a bit of a buff. And I also said that the buffs and nerfs are kind of drastic, but like the nerf, for example, for Sidetrack Day is pretty big. But again, my heart wasn't really ready for it because we had such a speed meta for such a long time. But I just wanted to address those criticisms for that part about the PP work really quick. But the next thing I want to talk about is my titling of Mrekk's 3k PP choke. So on the video where I said Mrekk choke 3k PP, if you guys look at the title and the thumbnail, I mean not the thumbnail but the title, you're like, yeah, this is obvious clickbait, because you look at the play, Mrekk's play is 16 misses on it, and you guys are thinking, okay, how the frick is this a freaking choke? There's even a Twitter thread where people are like, I can't believe people think Mrekk choked 3k PP, and I was like looking at that, I was like, lumfoul. And also there was a lot of like dislikes compared to usual because they don't like the clickbait for it. But my defense for that, and I just want to address that part, is that yes, you know, every YouTuber out here does use clickbait as a marketing strategy just to promote their videos better. And on hindsight, maybe I could have said it a little more accurately, like Mrekk almost got a 3k PP, or Mrekk is fucking crazy. I don't know. Like, at the time, I just had the thought of like thinking of the titles and the thumbnails, because I make these titles and thumbnails before I make the video, and I'm like, okay, well, what would be a good title for this? Mrekk choked at 3k PP. I mean, it's not really a choke, but it's pretty close. It's still a pretty cool play, and in some regards, it is kind of true that he choked it. Like, if he didn't miss 16 times, he would have FC'd it, right? But you can say that about like a lot of other plays. Like, if you have like 100 missed play, and you say like, this is a 2000 PP of FC, you just have to don't miss 100 times, you could say it's not a choke, or you could say it's a freaking choke if you didn't miss 100 times. But I don't know, my thinking was that, okay, well, it's 16 misses, it's a lot less than usual, especially for a 12-star map, and I was thinking this is probably a choke. But perhaps some people are like, dude, this is not a freaking choke, he obviously flubbed above the map. But that was just my thinking of it, and there wasn't really anything deep about it. I wasn't really trying to say like, ha, I gotcha, but perhaps it was a bit of clickbait on my part, and I have no shame in using that. A lot of other YouTubers use clickbait to better promote their YouTube videos in terms of title and thumbnail. So that's just my defense for that, and I have no shame in me titling as Mrekk 3K PP Choke. And maybe I can title it better into the future, but I'm just going to unapologetically say that I've titled it as that way, and I'll keep it titled as that way because I thought it would be a fitting title for it. But the next thing I want to address in the next criticism is the recent spam of the comments section. So if you guys look at my previous videos, like AI mapping is coming or some other videos, like you're gonna see through the comments, like, and you'll be like, holy fuck, why is there so many comments? And you see like a billion comments by the same person. So I'll just give you guys the lore update on this, where essentially I think it was the AI mapping is coming video where there was a user named uplay8976. Like, this guy was out here commenting like every timestamp of the video, every second video, every detail he was commenting on, like, oh my god, yes, I love that, or yes, yeah. Like, I was like, what the fuck is going on? And this guy basically did this for like 2 videos, right? And people were starting to have rumors, maybe this is Osu420's alternative account, or like Osu420 might go, or Uplay might go. And this person basically did not do that for like a day or so. And then upon like the next couple videos, there were some other people that probably took inspiration, and there's like people named Kane or Miguel. Like, these guys are posting spam comments as well, commenting every timestamp, and you guys are gonna see this in like my videos. Maybe it's gonna happen in this video as well, but I just want to give my thoughts about this recent spam. So personally, when I see it, I don't think it's annoying. I think it's kind of funny if you guys spam the comments, and perhaps it does boost the algorithm, or maybe the algorithm thinks, wait, this guy's having spammy comments, maybe this guy's video is not good. I don't know, but regardless, I think it's kind of funny. So if you guys want to leave comments, I encourage you guys to leave as many comments as you want. But I was basically looking at that, and then I was also quite curious about Uplay's identity. So I did some super sleuthing, and it was actually someone that I already talked to before, and they just were just bored one day and just commented out of crazy. Like, it's not because they have some sort of weird obsession with me. They just essentially just commented because they were freaking bored. So that's the whole story. There's nothing really that deep. But on to the next criticism. I want to address Valley of the Quandale. So recently, when I'm making my videos and I'm yapping about the maps, like speed maps, for example, and I say the overweighted speed maps, we're gonna have Glory Days, we're gonna have Sidetrack Day, we're gonna have Valley of the Quandale, and like people are commenting, Valley of the Quandale, Bloodstead Valley of the Quandale, and I just want to talk about that really quick. So it's obvious reference to Valley of the Vale, which is a stream map, a speed map. It's a map where Akali Bed got 1600 on, and it was pretty cool, right? But I just thought when I was like reading the name Valley of the Vale, what if you called it Valley of the Quandale, like Quandale Dingle, like, hey guys, Quandale Dingle here, like the freaking Quandale black guy. And I was like thinking, okay, Valley of the Vale, Valley of the Quandale, well, I'm just gonna say it like that. Maybe it's some weird quirk of mine where I just switch up the names like this to fit my own narrative, but I don't know. I just thought it was kind of funny to say Valley of the Quandale instead of Valley of the Vale. So that's just my addressing that criticism right there. But on to the next thing I want to address is me being out of breath / me talking too fast. So some people have been commenting lately where KAPNOYR, you're now aware of his breathing. Like, every time I'm like trying to talk super fast about something, I just have like and then like just like go back to talking and shit, right? And then I also talk really fast as if I'm having some sort of anxiety or panic attack. I don't really know. Maybe I'm just an animated character like that, but I do think that I do talk really fast compared to other people. Maybe it's because I just have a bit of anxiety when I'm talking on camera, but I would like to imagine that I'm just enthusiastic about the topic and I want to talk about it. And me being out of breath, some people suggested doing some cardio. I do a bit of cardio here and there, so I am working on that recently, and also doing some breathing techniques. Like, I started working on this Wim Hof thing, which is essentially like this Dutch breathing technique where you go like like you basically do like a huge breathe fully in, like, and then you like breathe out, and then you essentially hold your breath for like a minute and meditate for a bit. It feels freaking amazing, and I started recently doing that, and my brain has been more oxygenated, so perhaps I don't really need to breathe as hard as I used to. But I just want to address that point right there about me being out of breath and talking too fast. It's because I've am just really enthusiastic about the topic, and perhaps I'm not really controlling my breathing that much. So I will continue to work on my breathing into the future, but I just want to address that thing right there. And the next thing I want to address is cute little puppy bottom. So I was looking at this video comments, like it was for the video where I talked about Utami. Utami is essentially this Osu player where he's known for calling like the other girl on Twitter cute little puppy bottom, and then he's like also risen up all the girls using like some weird riz. Like it essentially spawned the culture of Utami Riz, and he essentially says cute little puppy bottom as like a rizzing technique. And in the comments below, people are saying, KAPNOYR, you are my cute little puppy bottom, and I just want to address those. First of all, the people saying that, I do not have that type of relationship with that, and it is just a reference. It's just a game theory reference and allusion to Utami Riz, cute little puppy bottom. I do not have that type of relationship with anybody, so if you guys have any type of allegation or belief that I'm having that, well, I do not, and I just want to clear that thing first up, because some people like to have the weirdest fantasies about their favorite YouTubers or something, but I do not have that type of relationship. I just want to clear that up first things first. And then the next thing I want to address is, why am I red? So there are some comments lately where people are like, blood turned to red, or blood turned to red Noyer. Like, you look at my face, like essentially in this video it's also red for me as well. Like, you guys are like, dude, this guy's looking a little redder than usual, and it's because I have a nightlight on my computer, so when it goes past like sundown, my screen turns from a blue light to a red light, and I essentially do that to help with my sleep, because having a blue light is going to fuck up your cortisol. It's going to give you more cortisol towards the end of the night, which is bad for your sleep. So if you have this red light, it's going to essentially reduce the stressful light going into your brain so you can sleep better. So that's what I do. I also do it on my phone, as you guys can see right here, and it is just red light on this freaking monitors, and that's why I look red, because it's displaying this red light and shining onto my face instead of a blue light, which would be a bit more neutral. But that is why I am red sometimes when I'm recording, and if I look red, it's because I'm recording at nighttime, as I am right now. And the next thing I want to address is, why is my profile picture Skibidi Osaka? So if you guys look at my Osu game profile picture, you're going to see it as a Skibidi toilet Osaka, like Osaka from Azumanga Daioh or Kayumu Asuga, like this freaking weird chick where she's like Santandagi and like saying like some weird autistic retard shit, right? She's basically saying that on the anime, and that character has gained a bit of a following because some people just relate to her. I, for one, find myself a little bit in this character, and I did watch Azumanga Daioh like a couple months ago, and I really like the anime, and I really like Osaka as a character, for example, because she's also the character who's like, oh my god, like she's kind of just freaking weird, right? And I just thought she was freaking funny, so I was like, okay, well, I'm gonna make my profile picture now in Osu game. It's nothing like weird. I just thought she's a really funny character, and I was like, okay, well, that's cool. But then one day I was looking through just art, like on Twitter, for example, and I saw the picture of Osaka, but she was in a Skibidi toilet, and I was like, holy shit, I gotta make this my profile picture, because we know Skibidi toilet is the culture fan phenomenon with Mrekk in the Skibidi toilet and the Skibidi toilets fighting against the cameraman. It's the most popular thing right now. It's essentially like the Adventure Time of the current day and age. And I was like, okay, well, I'm gonna make that my profile picture because I like it. So that is why I am Skibidi Osaka on Osu game. I just thought it was a funny profile picture. It's nothing really that deep, and I just wanted to address that thing. And then the last thing I want to address is, I should get a better camera. So people have been commenting, KAPNOYR, you should get a better camera, because you guys look at this video quality and it's like kind of shitty, I guess. Like if I use my phone camera, it would be better. But the reason why I have like this weird qualities, because I have a webcam that's like $20 from Amazon that I got a long time ago, and maybe I will upgrade my camera quality into the future, but I think the most important thing is audio and videos. Like I feel like people, like when they watch my videos, they don't even like really watch the image, they just hear it. So I don't think it matters that much. But into the future, if I have a lot more disposable income, or when I have it, then I will buy a better camera, but it's not really my priority right now. Well, that's pretty much all I want to say in this video. I just want to address some things in this video because it seems like some people have some comments, and I will make another video like this addressing the allegations too, addressing the criticism, addressing the critiques, and I'll make it again once people ramp up a bunch of questions about me or make some allegations against me, and I'll address them all with my full transparency, since I value that a lot in people, transparency. But that's pretty much all I want to say, and I'll see y'all.